1. What is the primary purpose of the ESRI Technical Certification Program? A. To generate revenue for ESRI through exam fees. B. To validate professional competency in ESRI software and GIS concepts. C. To replace academic degrees in geography and GIS. D. To provide marketing credentials for ESRI products. 2. Which ArcGIS desktop certification level is appropriate for users with basic GIS skills? A. ESRI Certified Professional. B. ESRI Certified Advanced Professional. C. ESRI Technical Certification Entry Level. D. ESRI Certified GIS Analyst. 3. What is the primary purpose of using a relate versus a join in ArcGIS? A. Relates are faster than joins for large datasets. B. Relates maintain a temporary association allowing one-to-many relationships without modifying tables. C. Relates permanently modify the attribute table. D. Relates can only be used with spatial data. 4. What is the correct coordinate system type for data covering large geographic areas where shape preservation is critical? Geographic Coordinate System, GCS. B. Projected Coordinate System, PCS. C. Local Coordinate System. D. Custom Coordinate System. 5. When preparing for an ESRI Technical Certification exam, which study approach aligns best with adult learning principles? A. Memorizing all tool names in ArcGIS. B. Applying concepts through hands-on projects and real-world scenarios. C. Reading documentation without practical application. D. Focusing only on theoretical GIS concepts. 6. What is the maximum number of attempts allowed for an ESRI Technical Certification exam before a waiting period is required? 2 attempts. B. 3 attempts. C. 5 attempts. D. Unlimited attempts. 7. Which spatial analysis method would you use to determine the optimal location for a new retail store based on customer distribution? A. Buffer analysis. B. Hotspot analysis. C. Network analysis. D. Viewshed analysis. 8. In ArcGIS Online, what is the primary function of web maps? A. To store raw data files. B. To visualize and interact with geographic data through a web browser. C. To perform complex spatial analysis. D. To replace desktop GIS applications. 9. Which Python library is specifically designed for working with ArcGIS and automating GIS workflows? A. B. C. D. Matplotlib. 10. What is the difference between a shapefile and a Geodatabase feature class? A. Shapefiles can store more attribute types. B. Geodatabases support topology and relationship classes. Shapefiles do not. C. Shapefiles are faster for all operations. D. There is no significant difference. 11. When designing a GIS training curriculum for adult learners, which principle is most important? A. Making content as complex as possible to challenge learners. B. Ensuring immediate applicability to learners' work environments. C. Focusing exclusively on theoretical concepts. D. Using only lecture-based instruction. 12. When designing a web map in ArcGIS Online for public consumption, which performance optimization technique is most important? A. Using the highest resolution imagery available. B. Including all available data layers for comprehensiveness. C. Limiting the number of features displayed and using generalized data at small scales. D. Disabling pop-ups to reduce loading time. 13. What is the primary purpose of symbology in GIS mapping? A. To make maps look attractive. B. To visually represent data attributes and patterns. C. To reduce file size. To improve processing speed. 14. In the context of ESRI certifications, what does proctored exam mean? A. The exam can be taken anywhere without supervision. B. The exam is monitored by an authorized supervisor. C. The exam is open book. D. The exam has no time limit. 15. Which coordinate system should be used when measuring distances accurately over small geographic areas? A. Geographic Coordinate System, WGS 1984. B. Web Mercator. C. Local Projected Coordinate System appropriate to the area. D. Any coordinate system will provide accurate measurements. 16. What is the purpose of the ArcGIS Model Builder? A. To create 3D building models. B. To automate and document geoprocessing workflows. C. To design database schemas. To build web applications. 17. Which evaluation method is most effective for assessing hands-on GIS skills in a certification context? A. Multiple choice questions only. B. Performance-based tasks and scenario questions. C. Essay questions. D. Peer review. 18. What is topology in the context of geodatabases? A. A type of coordinate system. B. A set of rules defining spatial relationships between features. C. A method for storing raster data. D. A visualization technique. 19. In ArcGIS Pro, what is the purpose of a geodatabase domain? A. To define the valid range or set of values for an attribute field. B. To specify the coordinate system. C. To create spatial indexes. D. To manage user permissions. 20. Which ESRI certification is specifically designed for developers working with ArcGIS APIs? A. Arc's Desktop Entry. B. Enterprise Administration Associate. C. ArcGIS API for JavaScript Developer Associate. D. ArcGIS Desktop Professional. 21. When mentoring a new GIS professional preparing for certification, which approach is most effective? A. Providing all answers to practice questions. B. Guiding them through problem-solving processes and encouraging independent learning. C. Having them memorize the software interface. D. Focusing only on exam-specific content without practical context. 22. What is the primary difference between raster and vector data models? A. Raster uses continuous cells. Vector uses discrete features with coordinates. B. Raster is always more accurate. C. Vector cannot represent continuous data. D. There is no practical difference. 23. Which spatial join type would you use to transfer attributes from points to the polygons that contain them? A. One-to-one. One-to-many. Many-to-one. Many-to-many. 24. In ArcGIS Online, what is a web app? A. A mobile application for data collection. B. A configurable application that provides focused functionality for specific tasks. C. A desktop application. D. A data storage format. 25. What is the purpose of field calculations in attribute tables? A. To delete unwanted records. B. To compute and populate field values based on expressions or other fields. C. To change the data type of fields. D. To create new feature classes. 26. Which adult learning principle suggests that learners need to know why they are learning something? A. Readiness to learn. B. Need to know. C. Self experience. 27. What is the primary function of the clip geoprocessing tool? A. To cut out features using a template boundary. B. To combine multiple feature classes. C. To remove overlapping areas. To merge adjacent polygons. 28. In preparing GIS training materials, which approach best supports diverse learning styles? Using only text-based documentation. B. Combining visual, hands-on, and explanatory content. C. Focusing exclusively on video tutorials. D. Providing only software demonstrations. 29. What is the purpose of spatial indexing in geodatabases? A. To improve query and display performance. B. To store coordinate system information. C. To create backup copies. To manage user access. 30. Which Python function in ArcPy is used to list all feature classes in a workspace? .list. B. ArcList feature classes. Get features. Find feature classes. 31. What is the difference between clip and intersect geoprocessing tools? A. There is no difference. B. Clip preserves only the geometry within the clip boundary. Intersect preserves attributes from all inputs. C. Intersect is faster than clip. D. Clip works only with raster data. 32. In ESRI certification exams, what is the typical passing score percentage? A. 50%. B. 60%. C. 70%. D. 90%. 33. Which map projection is specifically designed for web mapping applications? A. B-state plane. C. Web Mercator auxiliary sphere. D. Albers equal area. 34. What is the primary purpose of relating tables in a geodatabase? A. To create spatial relationships. B. To establish non-spatial associations between tables based on common fields. C. To improve performance. D. To reduce storage space. 35. When developing a GIS curriculum, which assessment strategy provides the most comprehensive evaluation? A. Single final exam. B. Combination of formative assessments, practical exercises, and summative evaluation. C. Self-assessment only. D. Peer evaluation only. 36. What is the function of the buffer geoprocessing tool? A. To create zones of specified distance around features. B. To combine overlapping features. C. To remove gaps between features. D. To simplify feature geometry. 37. In ArcGIS Online, what are credits used for? A. Purchasing software licenses. B. Consuming cloud-based storage and premium services. C. Accessing training materials. D. Taking certification exams.